Robbie, just talking about Caelan Doris missing this week, but there's a lot of players that are able to fill in a leadership point of view, and obviously Jack chopping at the bit to fill that in great jersey.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Caelan to be missing this week. I think hopefully he'll be back soon, but again, yeah, to have someone like Jack coming in and I suppose strengthen depth across the squad, it's a great opportunity for lads who get the nod. Yeah, and it's hugely exciting for them as well. But again, I think it goes to show the I suppose the talent we have across the board in terms of the competition for places, the strength and depth. So yeah, it's great that we have people of that talent to step in.
Robbie, collectively, I think you've had a few instances of it. You've kind of won like a lot of breaking ball, scraps in the ground. Derek Cleaner, Nudge, Edwin Calvin got the yellow card against Van Merwe. Has that been a very conscious thing collectively, or is it just kind of symbol of how much you want to win things?
It's actually a bit of both. We always speak about it with the I suppose the new rules in terms of the allowing access for the high ball competition in the air. There's going to be way more balls that'll break on the ground, so definitely has been more of a talking point for us. And even having Brian Fenton in last week to hear him talk about the importance of it in GAA, and I think the lift it gives to a team and to the crowd as well. So there was great scraps or breaking balls in both games, and I think the few times we did win them, the lift it gives to your own team and the supporters is great. So it's a focus on for us, particularly because there is a lot more competition now in the air with the wingers going up.
Yeah. Have you always had a left-footed rubber kicking game that was on advantage?
No. Just the way it fell. Yeah. To be able to do it, we try and work on it. But generally it'd be more right dominant. But yeah, just the way it kind of happened, it was be able to nudge it off your left.
Yeah, and as was mentioned with the centres and rotation, I don't know if that's the right word, but you do kind of mix and match. How seamless is that now?
Yeah, it's very seamless. We all know each other's strengths pretty inside out now at this stage. But a lot of work goes in during the week to making sure that everyone's singing off the same hymn sheet. So yeah, a lot of work is done on video, on the pitch, to make sure that those connections are built and they're strong coming into the weekend, and that we have that confidence to go into the game.
What would be an example of that? Say, what kind of video would you want to say?
Just taking ownership of our defensive stuff, sitting down with our 9s and 10s, making sure we're all aligned around what our plan is for the game. And then just reviewing stuff, having a look at the opposition centres, looking at their traits. So there is a lot that goes in, and we have a great team in the analysis team that bring us some clips and cut down all the footage for us into snippets, so we have kind of accurate stuff to look at.
Thanks, Dave.
And probably just following on from that, invariably it's happened in the past where not, 3 you might not wholly fit. So just describe what it is like now between that competition.
Yeah, it's positive. I mean, I think everyone's delighted to have contributed in the first games. So it's been positive, and we're always pushing the boundary, pushing the bar, as we say, to keep improving each other and keep getting the best out of each other, and making sure we can be, I suppose, leaders in the back line, helping out our 9s and 10s, defensively as well, being big leaders defensively. So yeah, it's been positive, and the mood has been good.
Have you won a Six Nations game in Cardiff before?
No. No. Yeah.
So that's something to...
Thanks, Sinead.
Yeah.
It's mad though.
It is. It's incredibly tough place to play, and we've had some great battles with Wales over the years. But I think such a passionate crowd, and when the crowd get behind them, and if they get a roll on, they're hard to stop. So I think it's going to be a great atmosphere, and it's going to be a huge test.
It's Derek, Johnny, then Brendan.
Robbie, it's what do we make of the fact that you're playing the majority of your rugby at number 13, I think 8 games in 2024, and then this start in. Are we to look at you as a more diverse player, or are we to looking at you as somebody that maybe is beginning to grow into the outside central role, given we're attacking off for second, we won't say we, I obviously mean you, we're attacking less and less of longer phase play and more off early phase play?
Maybe a bit of a hybrid. But yeah, I think with last year what happened was there was Gary unfortunately was out for a while with his shoulder injury, and yeah, I happened to play a lot in Leinster in the 13 shirt with Jamie at 12. But yeah, it's always been, it's hard to know, because it's 1 week it'll be 12, the next it's just, you need to be able to do it. You need to be able to play both. And I suppose it's probably a strength of mine that I can mix and match between both. And we do challenge each other. You know, I challenge Gary and Bundy to be able to slot into both, because coming on in the heat of the game, something might happen that we'll have to mix and match and move around. So you always have to be adaptable. Yeah.
And just on a very personal level, just to take it back to a thing, it's about 4 press conferences since we spent the whole press conference talking about you coming back from injury. This is a fairly long run for you now, you know, in terms of talking about operational injuries, serious injuries, career-threatening injuries, and all of that. Mentally, do you feel as though this is thankfully finally breaking your way? Yeah,
it's been a great run. Again, as my old rehab coach says, playing is protective. So the more games you have under your belt, it always falls in your favour to get a run of games, and it's more when you're stop-start that you come into trouble. So yeah, I think it's been great. I've been enjoying it, and yeah, it's been good.
Really took the wind out of the sails there. Sorry, Johnny, then Brad.
Robbie, is it tougher playing at 12 and 13? You're just inside less space, more bodies. Is it physically tougher?
Physically tougher, yeah. You'd feel tougher at 12, yeah, definitely in terms of contacts, but probably on the lungs and the running meters to 13, you're doing more a lot. So yeah, probably demanding wise, running wise, you're doing a lot more at 13 because you're in more space.
Distinction, sort of physicality inside, more aerobic.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
13.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think now players like yourself have to play 2 positions just to be relevant all the time?
I mean, I think it's good to have to be able to play both. Yeah, I think I think for me it's definitely helped my rugby skill, my knowledge to be able to play both, because
Full back as well.
Yeah, not there for a while now.
It's gone. It's up and many now.
Maybe AIL when I retire.
Okay.
Hi Robbie, just one, they're all pretty much asked at this stage. Just in terms of Wales, you know, looking at your opponents, your direct opponents, they might have a new centre pairing, they might have a new 10, a new coach. Like, what exactly can you guys do to prepare, particularly for that area of the game on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, we can look at a bit of Cardiff footage that he was the head coach for Cardiff, so we can look at little bits of their detail there. Look at the individuals that they've selected, that they've brought into camp. So, like Gareth Anscombe is a threat definitely. So I think we just need to do our work and make sure we just kind of have a look at what they've produced, certainly in the Cardiff Blues, and then individually their threats.